Oh my gosh, guys. This Bungie thing is intense, you know. We've went over this a couple times on this channel. You know, the evaluation of Bungie and the escalation that's been going on over there is just crazy. You know, I'll actually say ever since like Sony bought them, it's been getting worse for Bungie and Destiny as time goes on. And you know, I want to point out that I don't think all of this is PlayStation's fault or Sony's fault. You know, I think a lot of the core issues to Bungie is Bungie. Guys know this. Anyone that's been following me for a while, you know, I'm a huge fan of Destiny. I've been playing Destiny for a long time. Last year was one of the first times I didn't put hundreds and hundreds of hours into the game because to me, the game just wasn't there anymore. I got tired of playing the same type of content, just repackaged over and over again. And not to mention the newer content that they would bring to the game. It just felt like Destiny 1 content repackaged in the Destiny 2. Now, does that mean everything was bad? No. You know, there was a lot of good highlights to Destiny. And I think even if the lows of the game currently, because it's really low, I can't say that the game hasn't kept me in this long, because it has. You know, even the last like 2 years, let's say 2 years I don't play the game. This game kept me entertained for 8 years. And I got to really tip my hat off to it. But let's get on to this stuff. Reset Era, they actually have an example what's going on. You know, Final Shape's not doing the greatest either. I've been told its pre-orders are just horribly low. Let's get into what these screenshots from Reset Era are, because it's crazy. I'm pretty sure this is Reset Era. All right, so I'm writing this on a throwaway. Please use this information to collab with other sources you may have. All of this is with a grain of salt, guys. All of it. I don't want no one here thinking that this is like facts. We are going over speculation, but everything we do know from either leaks that's happened with the game, I think Jason Schreier has leaked some stuff. It does kind of go into what we know already. So let's talk about this. Internal perspective at Sony is very negative towards Bungie right now. It is seen as a failed investment, and strategies being discussed revolve around more of recuperating losses. That's never a good sentence that you could read. One internal leader from US is fighting to take over to right the ship. While many others across the Pacific want a much harsher method, the former US leader holds a lot of respect from the overseas leadership, so it's likely he will get their way, or she. The person's perspective is that there are many glutinous executives at Bungie who are not doing their jobs and are hindering the organization. It is believed that the workers are skilled, but the leadership is unable to perform their duties. I can kind of co-sign everything that I just read there, but we're going to keep moving. I don't know anything about Bungie, but what we've seen, not going to say that's not true. Bungie is in a hard spot because pre-order numbers are lower than expected. I apologize. I do not have details on actual numbers. Sony believes that the finances will not allow Bungie to avoid a takeover, even with another round of layoffs, as that would cannibalize development and future revenue. So he's pretty much saying they can't do what they did last time. Bungie can't survive again. Even if they laid off a bunch of people, the money they save for laying off does not get them to the point to stop Sony from doing a hostile takeover. Sony's pretty much over there looking like we about to take this. This is ours. We just waiting. Sony overall has been very upset at Bungie's leadership. They have not been able to successfully advise Sony teams. And while Lightbar hit internal revenue targets, every target since has been missed at an escalating decline. Bungie's leadership regularly reschedules meetings with Sony leadership, knowing that the next time slot can be months away. So these pretty much are people are saying, look, we're not doing these meetings with Sony. We're not doing it. So we'll see you the next meeting. We know that's months away. We don't have to deal with you for months. We're gonna kick the can down the river. We're gonna kick it down the river. Overall, Sony has been very upset. Oh, no, okay, never mind. I hope this sheds the light for ongoings from Sony's side. It is believed that the takeover would allow Sony to turn Destiny into a more profitable game. This sounds bad, but it is being treated as a lightning in the bottle. Sony leadership wants to nurture the game and understand that more aggressive monetization would not be healthy. This would be a monetization model switch, though it is believed that the current model is too confusing. Co-sign that part too. The main difference between the U.S. leaders versus Japan leaders getting their way matters more for Bungie's development titles. If Japan leadership gets their way, teams for future titles will be gutted and reformed. Oh man, that's a lot. I think all that pretty much says is Japan Studios, and I'm pretty sure that's the one that wants to gut everything. That's what it says here. Obviously, this is grain of salt. If they win the internal struggle, maybe Matter's gone. Maybe the Japan side of Sony is looking at this and is like, look, we think the only profitable thing that you can provide to us is Destiny. So we want that. We need that. We got to have it. And then, obviously the American side of Sony, I'm assuming it's between the two sides of Sony, is like, look, let's just hostile takeover. Well, it's not necessarily hostile takeover. Bungie signed this agreement. Let's take over Bungie and let's try to right the ship and still make matter, still make these other, teams, these other games. And I think that's where I'm getting from it. What are you guys getting from the comment section below? Look, I'm not putting this on PlayStation, guys. I know a lot of you want me to come up here and just point at PlayStation. And I'm not doing that. PlayStation invested into Bungie. And Bungie made those agreements because they thought that their fans, such as myself, would never turn their back on the game. And they learned a hard way that when you don't listen to the community for years at this point, you don't provide meaningful DLC or content for PvP, which a lot of people are upset with. And now the PvE people, such as myself, are leaving the game. They honestly thought these people were never going to leave. And I'm convinced of that. I think Bungie thought that they were the hottest thing on the market, that they will never be in a position that they're in now. I've been part of Destiny's community for so many years now. And I'm willing to tell you right now, this is the worst they have been by far. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm very curious your guys' opinion on this. Do you guys blame PlayStation or Bungie? Or do you think it's like a mixture between the both? I would actually say it's probably a mixture between the both. I put a little bit more blame on Bungie because I think PlayStation's just trying to protect their investment. If they could go back, they probably wouldn't even buy this. I do think PlayStation pivoting away as much from games as a service, I do think that has something to do with cutting some of the funds on Bungie because they no longer are interested in having all these games as a service. They want to kind of correct the ship, do a little bit of it, but focus mainly on what's made the money all these years. But I'm curious on what you guys think. Put in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button. It's always appreciated. You can always sub to the channel. We make weekly content over here. I will be in PAX East, and I'm going to New York. I won't be back till like the 26th. But I'm going to try to make content as much as I can. But I appreciate everyone coming through. Until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Whoo, man. I kind of hope PlayStation wins if they really, truly want to make Destiny a better game. Because I don't care about Marathon. That's just my hot take.